to be missing. Strong foreign policy needs to begin much closer to home, specifically right here on our own borders. If you're one of the dopes that think that, hardworking families just trying to feed their kids, those are the only ones crossing the borders illegally at night, they're just trying to get sandwiches for their kid. Right. Maybe this exclusive video showing a well-connected terrorist recruiter in Bahrain threatening to smuggle a biological weapon through the tunnels under the Mexican border will wake you up from your utopian open borders dream.
4 pounds of anthrax in a suitcase this big, carried by a fighter through tunnels from Mexico into the U.S., are guaranteed to kill 330,000 Americans within a single hour if it is properly spread in population centers there. What a horrifying idea. 9/11 will be small change in comparison. Am I right?
He goes on to suggest that Al-Qaeda will work with what he claims are 300,000 American white supremacist militias who also hate the U.S. government. If you're a longtime viewer of my program, you know that I've been talking about that unholy alliance for a while. This dirtbag might look like just any old radical teacher, but he is not. He is very close friends with Osama bin Laden, who just released a new terror tape against the United States. Oh, good. I love the last one so much. And Mullah Omar, the leader of the Taliban, also good friends with him. But this is so weird because I thought terrorists wouldn't hate us anymore because we elected Barack Hussein Obama. Oops, I'm on American television. Can I use his middle name? Didn't they just want to kill us because we invaded Iraq? No, that's an excuse to shift the blame. Terrorists attack America for a lot of reasons, but one of them is they see us as the great Satan. In Christian terms, you can understand that as they believe that we are the literal Antichrist, or at least that's what they're spinning to their own people. And yet there are still those who buy into the lie that America is somehow or another out to get Islam, that we're obsessed with fighting them. They cite the first Gulf War, the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, Abu Ghraib, the alleged abuses at Gitmo. But common sense says Americans are not waging war on Muslims. We're waging war on terrorists. If we hated Muslims so much, then why would we bail out the Muslim country of Kuwait in the first Gulf War? I know, oil. Liberate millions of Muslims from Taliban in Afghanistan, and liberate millions more Muslims in Iraq from a dictator who was killing his own people. Yet, after all of that, 8 in 10 Americans believe that Muslim countries have an unfavorable view of the United States. You think? Really? Our own president ignores our good work in the Middle East when he talks overseas about repairing our image and apologizes for our mistakes. And there are a ton of mistakes that America has made. Some of them are meeting and being allies with the guys with the big swords. I beg you, Mr. President, please stop wasting your time on these apology tours in the Middle East because it's not going to mean anything. America doesn't care about religion, or at least the religion over there, or if you have a different religion. And for the others, terrorists are just terrorists. They'll want us dead no matter how many apologies you offer. And as a side note, Mr. President, it bothered a lot of people here in America when you said we weren't a Christian nation. That's okay. I've read the Founding Fathers. I know what they said. But it probably bothers a lot of people also when you say that we are now one of the largest Muslim countries in the world. That's wrong on so many levels, I don't even know where to begin. Only about 2.3 million of the world's 1.5 billion Muslims live here in the U.S. We're not even in the top 30 based on population. But maybe you were thinking Islam is the fastest growing religion in the U.S. No. No. Actually, non-denominational Christianity and witchcraft are growing faster. Actually, maybe you were thinking that it's the fastest growing religion in federal prisons, which it is, with 30 to 40,000 conversions a year. Another thing that maybe we should pay attention to. So instead of repairing our image, how about we start repairing our borders? You know what I mean? Let's start being serious about things. If you want to pander to the Middle East, go ahead, do that. Great. Well, let's learn from the model of the Saudis, not the part where they're chopping people's heads off or hands. They're in the middle right now of building a 560-mile triple-layer, state-of-the-art fence to seal off their entire border with Iraq. What a bunch of racists. Now with us is the